Good morning, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with the Trumpet for My People. And I want to share with you today about the day that we have been waiting for, March 22nd, 2019. Back on December 12th, 2012, the Lord gave me a sign in the sun. And with this sign in the sun, the Lord gave me a message. The message had a title given to it, the sign of his coming revealed. It was through the power of the sign that the Lord gave to me, he began to reveal to me understanding. And the first thing the Lord showed me was the end time prophecy timeline by Dewey Bruton. And Dewey Bruton, years before the abomination of desolation, understood that the date of the abomination of desolation would be March 22nd, 2013. Through the studies of Dewey Bruton, we could see the importance of March 22nd, 2013, and from here we could see the connection then to Barack Obama, who was going to be in Israel on March 22nd, 2013. And this visit to Israel was connected by 1,260 days to the Nobel Peace Prize. Barack Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize. The Bible says that the Antichrist will come in peaceably. And then in the middle of the week, he will commit an abomination, the abomination of desolation. And so it was on March 22nd, 2013, that Barack Obama went to Israel and signed what is titled the Unbreakable Alliance with Israel. Now, if this was a biblical covenant that Barack Obama made with Israel, then we will see a covenant that is broken. And this is exactly what has taken place, what took place with this alliance. Now, this code name for the Unbreakable Alliance visit that Barack Obama signed with Israel in March of 2018, in Hebrew means Brit Amim. And this literally means an alliance between nations. An alliance between nations. It's a confirming covenant with the many. An alliance, which is covenant, between nations. Many. It's an unbreakable alliance. So if it was an unbreakable alliance, then we should see that this alliance will not be broken. And in the case of the Antichrist, an alliance with Israel that is broken is the exact scenario that we would watch for. And this is exactly what happened 3.5 years after Barack Obama's visit to Israel. On December 23rd, 2016, choosing not to veto, Obama lets anti-settlement resolution pass at UN Security Council. So the alliance that Barack Obama made with Israel has been broken. He did not defend Israel at the United Nations Security Council. One of the most important documents that the Lord had me prepare after Barack Obama's visit to Israel on March 22nd, 2013 is the Antichrist has been revealed biblically. Barack Hussein Obama, the abomination of desolation, fulfilled March 22nd, 2013. I will leave this in the description box for you to study more about this. So if we look at this timeline of Barack Obama, we see that in the year of 2009, which is 62 years after 1947, the order to restore Jerusalem, the United Nations partition plan, after 62 weeks, it says in Daniel 9:24 through 27, know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the command to restore and build Jerusalem until Messiah the Prince, there shall be 7 weeks and 62 weeks. After the 62 weeks, then he shall confirm a covenant with many for 1 week. So we see 62 years from 1947 leads us to 2009. Barack Obama has a covenant, receives a promise with the many through the Nobel Peace Prize. Just as the Bible says, the Antichrist will come in peaceably. He shall confirm a covenant with many for 1 week. In the middle of the week he shall bring an end to sacrifice and offering, and on the wing of abominations shall be one who makes desolate. So the Obama Nobel Peace Prize is connected by exactly 3.5 weeks or 3.5 years, 1,260 days to the day that Barack Obama was in Israel and signed the Unbreakable Alliance. Just as it says in Matthew 24:15, when you see the abomination of desolation spoken of by Daniel the prophet standing in the holy place. So we have two dates that are very important within this timeline. The Nobel Peace Prize, October 9th, 2009, and the Abomination of Desolation, March 22nd, 2013. Now, we have another timeline that leads us to March 22nd, 2019, which is the 6-year anniversary of the Abomination of Desolation, of the Unbreakable Alliance. And remember that the Nobel Peace Prize was a covenant that Barack Obama made and received against nuclear proliferation. But we have a timeline leading us to March 22nd, 2019 that is connected to a nuclear abomination, a nuclear agreement, starting all the way back on March 27th and 28th, 2012, when under a cold mic, Barack Obama said, "This is my last election. After my election, I will have more flexibility." This was at a nuclear security summit that Barack Obama said this under, not a cold mic, a hot mic. And he was speaking with the Russian ambassador. And so this is connected by 1,260 days to September 9th, 2015. Now on September 9th, 2015, there was a vote that was taken in the United States Congress, and this was the final seal of the Iran nuclear deal. All obstacles to the Iran nuclear deal were put to rest on September 9th, 2015. So this was the day of Barack Obama's greatest victory of the Iran nuclear deal. And I have done videos explaining this with all the links and information. I will leave all the links in the description box for those who want to study more about these agreements and these dates. And so we have 1,260 days from the hot mic incident at a nuclear summit, leading us to September 9th, 2015, 1,260 days, the Iran nuclear deal, and from September 9th, 2015, leading us to March 22nd, 2019. It's 1,290 days. The connection here is that Iran is Persia. And the connection between the Iran nuclear deal, September 9th, 2015 plus 1290 days, brings us exactly to SHUSHAN Purim, which is Purim in Persia. Purim in Persia. And so we have a connection between Iran and Persia, and the Iran nuclear deal, and Purim, which is the desire of Persia to destroy the Jews. It was on Purim that Haman had the plan to destroy the Jews. We are in the 70th year of Israel. Israel was reborn on May 14th, 1948. The prophecy says that there are 70 weeks or years determined. And this takes us all the way to May 14th, 2019. The 70th year of Israel began on May 14th, 2018 with the dedication of the Jerusalem embassy. And the 70th year ends May 14th, 2019. The 70th year continues until the 71st birthday. So we are in the 70th year right now of Israel. The 70th year ends on May 14th, 2019. So we should definitely be watching for the culmination of all prophetic events on or before May 14th, 2019. So we have upcoming dates that are very important that we need to understand. The end of the 70th year is May 14th, 2019. There's Passover coming up on April 20th, 2019. The new year of Nisan 1 begins April 6th, 2019, and the last feast of the calendar year of Israel before the new year on Nisan 1, the last feast of the last year is Purim, from March 20th through 22nd, 2019. Now, March 22nd, 2019 is the 6-year anniversary of the Unbreakable Alliance. Barack Obama in Israel. And that was March 22nd. And this is Purim, SHUSHAN Purim, the last day of the last feast in the 70th year of Israel. Matthew 24:20 says, "Pray that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day." Pray that your flight be not in winter, neither on the Sabbath day. On Thursday, March 21st, we have the last day of winter, the spring equinox. The spring equinox, which is the last day of winter, the beginning of spring, that is Thursday, and Sabbath is March 23rd. And when it says, "Pray that your flight be not in winter, neither on the Sabbath day," this is an amazing conjunction that on the last day of Purim is Friday, March 22nd. Exactly in between the last day of winter and the Sabbath day. Friday, March 22nd, 2019. It says this together in Matthew 24:20 through 21. Pray that your flight be not in winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. This is a very interesting passage because in Matthew 24:20, Jesus gives us a clue about our flight being not in winter, neither on the Sabbath day, and then he goes on to say, for then shall be great tribulation. As if he's giving us the timing of the beginning. When will the great tribulation begin? Pray that your flight be not in winter, neither on the Sabbath day, for then shall be great tribulation. Matthew 24:22. Another very important connection to the spring equinox, or the time of the equinoxes, and the changing of the time, the times, and the seasons. Matthew 24:22. Except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved, but for the elect's sake those days shall be shortened. So within Matthew 24:20 through 22, we have clues about the flight not being in winter, nor on the Sabbath, maybe pointing us to a specific day. And then in Matthew 24:22, it goes on to confirm that the days will be shortened. And the equinoxes have to do with the shortening of the days. Another clue to Purim in Daniel 12:13. Go your way till the end be, for you shall rest and stand in your lot at the end of the days. Stand in your lot at the end of the days. Purim is known as the Feast of Lots. Purim is the Feast of Lots. It had to do with rolling the dice. Nothing happens by chance. Everything is ordained and organized by God. And it says, you shall stand in your lot at the end of days. This is interesting that this is the last verse of the book of Daniel. And Lot connects with Purim. The other amazing connection between Daniel 12:13 and the Feast of Purim is that the Feast of Purim begins on the 13th day of the 12th month. And Daniel 12:13 has written within it the date of Adar 13, which is the date of Purim. Now that we've seen the biblical connections to Purim being the last feast of the last year of Israel, connection to the book of Daniel, the connection to the spring equinox, flight not being in winter or on the Sabbath, the shortening of the days. Now we have a multitude of signs left for the world by the New World Order and the Illuminati. The first of all being the Skull and Bones 322, March 22nd. The connection to the date and the elite secret society of presidents. When Barack Obama received the portrait of Barack Obama was shown publicly on February 12th, 2018, which is 1 year ago now. February 12th is the 43rd day of the year, and there are 322 days remaining in the year. So the portrait of Barack Obama is connected to the number 322 based on 322 days remaining in the year from February 12th. We see the connection to Shushan Purim and the desire of Haman the Antichrist to destroy the Jews. In 2019, this is connected to March 22nd, Skull and Bones, and it is also the number of the Georgia Guidestones that were erected on March 22nd, 1980. The Georgia Guidestones 322, the number one goal of the Georgia Guidestones, the first commandment is the depopulation of Earth. Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. All connected to March 22nd, 2019. The rise of Adolf Hitler and the Enabling Act took place on March 23rd, 1933. This was the act, the law that was enforced that gave Adolf Hitler the rise to dictatorship in Germany. On this day in 2010, Barack Obama signed Obamacare. Biblically speaking, is the number of his name, Obamacare, March 23rd, 2010. March 22nd, 2013 was Barack Obama's visit to the Church of the Nativity. The abomination of desolation, when you see the Antichrist standing where he ought not to stand, in the birthplace of Jesus Christ, where he did not give reverence. He stood there. He did not kneel. He did not bow. He stood. And it was the next day that Barack Obama, as a sign, went to Petra. March 23rd, 2013. Petra being the place where the Jews will flee during the time of Great Tribulation. So the date of Barack Obama's visit to Petra, connected to the abomination of desolation, connected to March 22nd. It's the flight in winter. The flight not in winter, nor on the Sabbath day. And the calendar of 2013 was exactly the same as the calendar of March 2019. Friday, March 22nd. 2013 is the same as the calendar in 2019. Friday, March 22nd. The movie The Purge takes place on March 22nd. There is a movie that depicts the law being changed and allowing for the mass killing of people where there is no crime and there is no punishment for crime or vengeance. And the date in that movie where people are free to roam the streets and kill at will is March 22nd. The movie Olympus Has Fallen came out on March 22nd. When our flag falls, our nation will rise. Olympus Has Fallen, March 22nd. In the movie The Dark Knight Rises, we see the football scene, how the Dark Knight will come into power through chaos, explosions, and a revolution of evil that will take over. And this was connected to a scene in the movie where 322 was flashed just before the explosion. 322, March 22nd. The Dark Knight Rises. September 9th, 2015, the Iran nuclear deal signed, sealed, and delivered, plus 1,290 days, exactly as it says in Daniel 12:11. From the date of the abomination, there shall be 1,290 days. Pray that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Pray that your flight be not in winter, neither on the Sabbath day. Friday, March 22nd, 2019, SHUSHAN Purim 322. I pray you are blessed tonight. This is Steve Fletcher with the trumpet for my people, the sign of his coming revealed.